Hey everybody, this is Mace1370. Getting a little bored of Gate Crash, so we're going to do something different and do a Innistrad draft this time. We opened a Falconroth Aristocrat, which, apart from being a pretty good card for draft, is worth quite a few tickets, so I'm definitely just taking it here. I guess I'll open up my little card window here so that people who are less familiar with the format can see what's going on. Immerwolf was pretty ridiculous, if I remember correctly. Tracker's Instincts, not so much. Curse of Exhaustion, not that great. Burden of Guilt was playable. Undying Evil was good. Forged Devil was okay. Griptide was fine. This card was alright. Yeah, I mean, Falconwrath Aristocrat there, I think not close. The value alone makes it a pretty easy pick for me. Right. So what do we have here? This card was solid. Like I mean, 5 mana was like a decent amount, but you know, a 3/2 first strike that flies is nothing to snuff at. Let's see. This card is okay. Chosen of Markov again, okay, not great. This guy, nah, he was okay. I think Towergeist was quite good. Probably going to take it. Stormbound Geist was also good. I think Towergeist was better. Village Survivors was okay as well. Deadly Allure. Okay. Nimbus of the Mist was fine. Elite Inquisitor was not terrible either. Yeah, this pack seems like fairly mediocre. I think Towergeist was pretty solid though, so we're going to take the Towergeist. Alright, so we have a decision to make here. There's a Highborn Ghoul, which was pretty good if I remember correctly. There's a Stormcur Captain. There's also a Diregraph Captain. If I remember correctly, zombies were not the bee's knees in this format. I think vampires were better. Yeah, so I'm going to take the Stormcur Captain here, I think. There's another Stormbound Geist. Yeah, I don't really know like what's going to be open yet, but it looks like we're seeing some black here in the beginning for sure. So you'll take Stormcur Captain. I think he was good. Alright, that's a Tragic Slip. That's got to be a good card to take. Oh wow, there's also Lingering Souls. Okay, maybe I don't even know what's going on anymore. Yeah, Lingering Souls was pretty ridiculous. Pretty ridiculous indeed. Skillful Lunge was not bad. Jeez, do I just take the Lingering Souls? Kind of tempted to. I mean, Tragic Slip is also pretty amazing. These scabs were okay. They weren't that good. I think Chill of the Foreboding was super playable. I think the Recluse was okay. Lingering Souls just seems like such a strong card. Deranged Outcast, I think, was also pretty decent. Yeah, I'm going to take the Lingering Souls. I don't know if vampires are going to be what we want to do for sure. Let's see, Jar of Eyeballs. What did this do? Whenever a creature you control dies, put 2 counters on Jar of Eyeballs. Remove all eyeball counters from it. Look at the top X cards, where X is the number of eyeball counters removed in this way. Put one of them into your hand. So this card gave you card advantage, but it was quite slow. Meh. Relentless Scab, I think it was okay. Divination, slow and powerful. I don't think Sanctuary Cat was really a card worth playing. Alright, so we have a couple bad white cards in this pack and some decent blue. I guess I'll take the Relentless Scab. It's probably better than Divination, maybe. I don't remember if Divination was like great in this format or not. Alright, yeah, I mean, it's looking like black-red is not open, so I don't feel too bad about passing that Tragic Slip. What is this? Seance. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may exile target creature from your graveyard. If you do, put a token onto the battlefield that's a copy of that card, except it's a spirit in addition, and then it exiles at the end. That's not very good. This is okay. Nimbus of the Mist, I think we might just take. Was blue-white a thing? I don't remember. Evolving Wilds could be good. I don't think this card is playable. So we have a Silver Claw Griffin. I think Nimbus of the Mist is fine to take. And here we have a Screeching Scab. So if I remember correctly, like getting cards into your graveyard was semi-important for blue because it, turned on your Scab cards, like this guy, for example. So we could take a Screeching Scab. Elite Inquisitor wasn't terrible though. It's cost sort. Yeah, I'm kind of favoring the Elite Inquisitor here. What does Gruesome Discovery do? That's okay. This guy was not bad. Fling is Fling. And Crushing Vines is Crushing Vines. Yeah, we'll take the 4-drop, I guess. Alright, so here we have another one of these, Edward Ripper. This guy was kind of clunky and not that great, if I remember correctly. This is a big green card. We haven't really seen much green, I don't think. We saw the Tracker, and I guess that was probably it. Black Cat was alright. I think we probably want Chanted this Gifsang. It was decent removal. Wasn't, amazing, but it got the job done. Shriekgeist, not the best. Yeah, Chanted this, whatever. Should be fine. Here, Griptide. Alright, we'll take a Griptide. Again, I don't know how good Griptide actually is. Interesting. Yeah, I don't think Curse of Exhaustion is like a card to play. So we'll take Griptide. Alright, well, a bunch of bad black cards are wheeling. So it's kind of not surprising, but here we'll take Crushing Vines just so they don't kill our flyers, because that would be rude. Alright. I don't know if Headless Scob was playable or not. I guess we'll take him. Yeah, Sanctuary Cat versus Ray of Revelation. Probably the Ray, just to have, like an enchantment removal on the sideboard is probably better. Man, passing that Tragic Slip was a tough decision, but I think it's probably worked out for the best. I guess we're blue-white. Who knows, maybe we'll open a Geist Honored Monk. No Geist Honored Monk, but we got a couple cards here. Blasphemous Act. Quite the blowout if you get to cast it. So there's a Civilized Scholar, also an Avacyn Priest, and a Stitcher's Apprentice. So the question is, what's better, the Priest or the Scholar? Because I think both of them are better than Stitcher's Apprentice. I mean, looters are always good. And this guy gets some stuff into the graveyard, so he kind of enables the couple scabs that we have. So I feel like we probably just need to take him. I think the Priest is definitely like a defensible pick. I don't really remember what's better. I don't remember how fast this format was. I don't remember it being like super fast. I remember there were werewolves, which could really run you over. Speaking of werewolves. So Vampire Interloper was another really good one. That was like, this guy was a pretty premium card for the black-red deck, if I remember. This is like the Mill You Out card, I guess with like the Spider Spawning deck, if that was a thing. Ghost Quarter, nah. Could take a Rebuke. I don't remember Rebuke being particularly good, but I guess we're taking it here because there's no blue in this pack. Parallel Lives, I think, could be played if you had the right deck, but it's pretty situational. Corpse Lunge, playable, but not amazing. So yeah, right now our deck is pretty slow and clunky, and we're going to need to get a black source for Lingering Souls. This, though, was insane. And Chapelgeist, also insane. Geist Flame was fine. Charmbreaker Devils is very good, but slow. But yeah, Slayer of the Wicked was just bananas, so we're taking him here. Okay, Stensia Bloodhall, I think was pretty good. There's a Boneyard Worm. I think we're just taking Village Bellringer. It plays defense. You know, you can kind of ambush people with it. Feeling of Dread was not terrible. Maybe it'll wheel. Hoping to get some earlier drops going on here, and maybe I should have taken one of those 5-mana flyers, just so we get a good air beater, but this pack is not very good. There's a Prey Upon, which I remember was quite good. Dissipate and Dream Twist. I mean, we're not doing the Spider Spawning deck, pretty obviously. So I guess we're taking Dissipate here. Which is kind of unfortunate because I don't think it was like super good. I think it was fine. You know, like a cancel-like effect is always like technically playable in most formats, but it's never like a rock star unless you have a super slow format, which I don't think this was. Okay, so what do we have here? So there's a Silver Chase Fox, which is good. It's a 2-drop, and we need those, but there's Grasp of Phantasms, which was bonkers, so I feel like we just have to take it, even though it's another awkward 4-drop. I don't know if Grip Tide will make the cut or not, but we really need to start getting some earlier drops here because our deck is quite slow right now. Alright, well, speaking of slow, here's another 4-drop, so hooray. Urgent Exorcism, I think is more of a sideboard card. I think this is also playable in certain decks. Spare from Evil, sideboard. This card was good. A 4/4 is tough to deal with. The 7/7 is real tough to deal with. Spider Grasp is kind of funny and playable. This guy's okay. Yeah, because we're taking the Heron. Alright, well, I don't think we're playing whatever this card is. Paris Celine. I think we're taking the Occultist. 2/3 body is fine. I guess maybe we might need that amulet just to be able to get lands for Lingering Souls. But here we'll take Stitcher's Apprentice. It's a 2-drop. We have none, so hooray. Alright. Ghost Quarter technically could fix our lands, although it seems a real bad way to fix lands. I mean, I think I'll take it here just because I don't think we need to pick up Urgent Exorcism yet. There's probably 1 or 2 more coming. We don't need this, and we're not playing either of these. So, Spectral Flight versus Thraben Purebloods. I don't think we're really doing the Spectral Flight deck. So I guess we're taking Thraben Purebloods. And another one. And sure, we'll take a Night Terrors. And a Curse of the Bloody Tome, because I don't think we're doing the mill thing. Apparently nobody else is, because I wheeled. So yeah, we need to get some way to fix for this. That's going to be awkward. Alright, so there's some stuff here. I mean, Villagers is good. We're not green, though. This was good, but we're not red. I think we're just taking this card. This is not super playable. And I think Fester Hydebore was not terrible. Burning Vengeance was a very specific type of deck. This guy is not what we're doing. So I think we're just taking Voiceless Spirit. But man, oh man, does our curve need to get better. Alright, there's Dearly Departed, which is pretty gross. I mean, it's a pretty big finisher. There's also an Invisible Stalker. We don't have any cheesy enchantments to make this awesome. So I'm just going to take the Dearly Departed. Kind of tempting to take the Stalker, though. But I think this is a pretty good way to win. And let's see here. Sensory Deprivation, I think, was actually playable. I think we're just taking another Village Bellringer, though. Cellar Door is not what we want to do. Neither of these. Yeah, alright, Bellringer. Okay, so there's Unruly Mob, but we're not really doing the human thing. There's an Occultist. Mona the Unhallowed was real good. This was not real good. Yeah, we're taking the Silver Chase Fox for sure here. And I think, ooh, this is close. I think we need to take the 2-drop, unfortunately. I want this Traveler's Amulet, but we need to fix our curve here, which apparently this pack is obliging us with because we're getting multiple 2-drops, which is pretty lucky, and like these are pretty decent ones. So yeah, Deranged Assistant was quite good. He could ramp you a bit, and he also got cards into your graveyard for the random scabs. We have like 1 or 2. I think Moment of Heroism was playable. Was it playable in a control deck or like a more fly deck though? I don't know. I think it was fine in the like the aggro green-white human deck. Fortress Crab. I don't think we need another 4-drop, so I guess I'm taking Moment of Heroism. This card was fine. Orchard Spirit was fine. I don't really want a Spectral Flight, so I guess I'm taking another one of these. Alright, nothing for us here on the wheel. Pitchburn Devils was decent. I think Kessa Wolf was playable but unexciting. Could take a Hysterical Blindness. I don't know, maybe we'll play it. Maybe it'll come in off the sideboard against a certain deck. So we can take an Urgent Exorcism here for the sideboard or a Fortress Crab. I feel like the Fortress Crab is more likely to make the cut. I don't know. We have a lot of 4-drops. No, I'll take the Urgent Exorcism for the sideboard. I don't know. Fortress Crab I think was fine. Maybe I'm undervaluing it. I feel like Thraben Purebloods and cards of that sort basically do the same thing. Alright, well, we don't really need Cobbled Wings or Mask of Avacyn. We're not playing Curse of the Bloody Tongue, so I guess we're taking Ghost Quarter. This Moon Mist could be a blowout. Oh yeah, 3 Purebloods. Alright, Devils. Okay, so probably doing these. Nope, not that one. I don't know if Headless Scab is going to make the cut. We'll see. Good to know that that is not fixed yet. Probably played one of these. I don't know how many more. Alright, so this deck is okay. And like with Lingering Souls, I guess you don't even need to play black. It's probably worth doing, just so you can get the flashback off it. Maybe I should have just taken one of those amulets. Debatable, I guess. So I guess our contenders are Griptide, Dissipate. I think probably Griptide? I don't know. I guess Thraben Purebloods is an option. Headless Scab is maybe an option. So are we main decking Ghost Quarter? Probably not. Let's see, what can we do here? 9/8. That's probably fine. I don't know if I'm going to play a black. I think our white... Whoops, what am I doing? We have quite a bit of white, and we have a few doubles. So I don't want to run fewer than 9 planes. And we have a double blue and like a decent amount of blue, so I don't really want to cut our islands down to 7. So I think I might just be running this as a, one of type deal, instead of being able to flash it back. And that's, I guess, fine. Yeah, we have like no fixers. Ghost Quarter could theoretically be a fixer, but that would be so bad. We could take out like a Moment of Heroism and put a land in. Just like a swamp, just so we have the ability to do the Lingering Souls dealio. I feel like this is probably more consistent though. So I'm going to run this. On to game 1.